Happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends and that. This is kind of a American holiday themed episode. A lot of our books are kind of a holiday themed or no straight up Turkey Day themed. One of them is even called Turkey Day, actually.
Yeah, that's probably our weirdest book this week too.
But enjoyable. But before we get on to all that fun stuff, let's start off with our what I like to call the bookkeeping.
Well,
And let's just start off by thanking Ash and Bobby over at 204 Comics. That's where we get our weekly pulls in that. They have a big Black Friday sale going on started today.
I do have a picture of that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it goes through the weekend or not, but definitely today and tomorrow. So that's always cool.
I'll throw that up on screen.
Yeah, that's all their specials coming up on screen here.
Boom. I can hardly see that. 25% off all back issues, which includes everything in their showcase and on their wall. And that's not something they do very often, so that's pretty surprising.
I didn't even know that part.
25% off all trades and graphic novels. So that's another really good one. I think normally he's got a pretty good deal, so that is even more.
I think that's 10% more, yeah.
15% off new books on the rack. So even if you get your pulls there, normally you get 10%. You're getting 15% this week. Yeah, until Saturday, see he's saying.
Yeah. Saturday.
Okay, yeah, trading cards, Pokemon Magic, whatnot.
Everything
15%, and board games 15%.
Cool.
So, really wicked sale there.
Yeah.
I'm glad I grabbed that because I wouldn't have been able to remember all that.
Yeah. And then also we have our compatriot over at Big Country Comics, Justin and the guys. They also are having a big Black Friday sale too going on right now. You check out their website and that for deals. They have some bundle deals and that going on. Anybody who watched the Tag show last week, which is also up there, going to be up on the screen as well. Yeah, they had some of their specials there. Yeah, those are what we want to thank for now.
There we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is some of the work that they did last week on the Tags group.
Speaking of which, I got one in the mail today that I was supposed to get on Halloween weekend, but just didn't work out. So this is from Becca Kenzie, and this is I always get mashups and stuff. So this is a mashup of Bullwinkle as Pinhead. So, and before people say, "Oh, how come that's on a postcard instead of a coaster?" She tried to do it on a coaster that night, but the wrong coaster had been sent to her, so they weren't working. So she did mine on a piece of paper, which I appreciate as well too, because it's pretty awesome.
That one would be alright framed, even a small frame for it.
Yeah, I'm going to put them all in a frame. This Vampiro one here that's up here, Betty Boop Vampiro, that one's ours too.
Yeah, those three there were done by Mike Ruth.
Yeah.
He had, how do you pronounce that dude?
Ulick.
And that zombie-looking dude is Arcane. A Swamp Thing villain.
Yeah,
Arcane.
Anton Arcane.
And then Mike did Smurf and Smurfette for me as Neo and Trinity.
No, that's Hugh.
That's what I said.
No, you said Mike.
Oh, I meant Hugh,
yeah.
not Mike.
Yeah.
I don't hope they're not watching.
Yeah.
Hugh wouldn't like that much.
No.
And Hugh also took a request to do Fairly Odd Parents as well.
Which looks like almost better than the real Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, Hugh's great when it comes to matching other styles.
Yeah. You didn't put up the Justin's logo.
Oh, I got the Tags one. That's okay.
But yeah, check out Big Country's site for their sales too. NatDaddy here, we're not doing a Black Friday sale, but as soon as the show's done here this evening, I will be hosting an auction just on the Canada auction page on Facebook. So if anybody wants to check that out. I think that's it. We do have some more stuff that we want to talk about, but let's get into the show and we'll sprinkle some of that fun stuff later on. That interview we got coming up in that.
Yeah. So first up, and this one is kind of just thrown in there just to be topical. Did you read this one?
No.
No? Okay.
I was going to read it, and then we had so many books, and then by the time while I was reading the books, I was listening to another person's podcast that I listened to on their review on books, and they said there was a piece of crap.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not even great artwork. I've never read anything Kate Bishop.
I don't
not
mind
even
some
the
of it.
Hawkeye stuff that led up to her. so I felt like I was missing a ton. Like a ton. It felt like there was characters in there. They're just like, hey, you should know these people.
Yeah, a
And
lot of it.
besides the references to like America Chavez
Mhm.
and some of the other younger Avengers characters, or I guess champions,
Yeah.
I really had no idea what was going on, and it was kind of just shitty.
Not very good. I heard that too. It kind of continues on her story. It's been doing on a few years. She's been out in the West Coast a few years now. She's back in New York and stuff like that. So I heard.
Yeah,
It
well,
wasn't
she's
very good.
doing stuff as a
Yeah.
PI, and
Do you want to talk about Hawkeye now then too, or do you want to wait till afterwards?
yeah, we'll wait till afterwards. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait till afterwards.
Okay.
Next up is Death of Doctor Strange. I don't know if you read that one either.
Nope. I
No.
didn't even put that on there.
No,
I have that one,
you're
but I
not
didn't read
reading any. Oh, you're letting a dog up.
That's it.
Oh, now it's not centered though.
That's
It's gonna
very good.
bug me.
No, I didn't know we had that on the book. I have that to read, but I haven't read that yet. Because then we threw in all those extra source point books that came to.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the 20,000 source point books we have coming today.
I think it's 5, but okay.
It's a lot
Mhm.
for source point. They usually do like one every so often.
Well, I like doing them, but they never come in, and today all of them came in.
Yeah, and source point aren't ones that you can find online. But we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Yeah, Death of Doctor Strange #3. This is one I just threw in there again because we've been covering it, and as I was reading through it, I figured it would be a good one to do because I think as the whole story, I think we're maybe about midway through the whole Death of Doctor Strange thing,
Yeah, there's 6.
and it's well, yeah, but then there's all the tie-ins and whatnot.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
This one seems to have just like the first issue. Keep doing that. The first issue had, the big reveal of, Doctor Strange was murdered, and it was kind of a whodunit type thing. This one we get a bit more backstory on the mothers.
The 3 mothers. First cover appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there? I know in this one too. I saw there's a first cameo of it's the offspring of these people, isn't it?
I think it's related to them. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like directly created from them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It could have been.
Okay.
But it's revealed in this issue that the reason that no one is able to become the Sorcerer Supreme is because Doctor Strange's soul was stolen,
Right.
and he's not able to pass it on,
Right.
and no one else can claim that title now.
Magic loophole.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really the biggest thing in this issue is that other stuff does happen, like they perform the autopsy and they find that out. There's some stuff between retro Doctor Strange and Clea, right? That's her name, Clea.
Yeah.
But that's about it. It's a lot of backstory and a lot of stuff going forward, but not a whole lot of action or anything in this one. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's why I didn't bother adding it to the list because there was so much other stuff there.
Where are we? How did you feel about this one? The New Hulk by Donny Cates.
And Ryan Otley.
Yeah, let's hear your take on it.
What I thought about that was, I think a lot of people are probably thinking the same thing because I have heard a couple opinions already.
Is it what the hell?
No, well, kind of. It's not what the hell. It's just like I don't like what Donny Cates has done so far is he's turned the Hulk into like almost like a Transformer or like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
He's like
type
a
of thing.
Voltron.
Yeah. So what he's done is Bruce Banner has like separated his mind or his his Banner personality, and it's in control of everything, and it's kind of locked itself in the Hulk's body, in his brain, in his mind, and he's controlling everything.
He's got like an Enterprise bridge in his brain.
Yes, and he has like added all these like biomechanical enhancements to the Hulk again to turn him like into like this spaceship stuff, and he wants to kind of leave this reality and travel through like a portal and and go into like a different universe type of thing because he's just all powerful and stuff. So I don't like the whole spaceship stuff, but if it wasn't for that, then I would like it. Because the Hulk leaving like the Earth to a different plane to encounter different monsters and creatures and stuff like that is awesome. That's why Planet Hulk was pretty cool. That's why in the 80s, that run that Mignola did in Incredible Hulk, where they sent him to like that crossroads place where he always, every time he
Yeah.
went to a
Yeah.
dimension, he would come back. Those are cool. That's all cool Monster Savage stuff.
I think no matter what came out after the Immortal Hulk run was going to be really tough to follow.
Well, this is kind of silly though, that whole robot of the Hulk part.
But that's what I was going to say, and he's got the Bruce Banner portion of his is control somehow miniature and controlling him.
It's just
from his mind.
It's
but
just
then
his mind.
The Hulk, like the actual Hulk personality, he has locked away inside of the Hulk,
Right.
And they're calling him the Engine,
Yeah.
because he has to keep being angry for the actual Hulk starship, as they're calling it,
Yeah.
to work. So I mean, really weird. I was hoping it was going to be a more traditional Hulk story. I don't know. I've never really been into the Hulk.
I think it will be a traditional Hulk story, but it has that with that stupid twist part on it, or not stupid, but just we don't know how it's going to develop. But really forced, like in biomechanical Power Ranger part to it. Otherwise, it would be like that cool thing. But I mean, Donny Cates doing like cosmic stuff, like Cosmic Hulk is awesome. I think we were all kind of looking to like that forward. And that's where it's kind of like where it's going, Hulk to different dimensions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But again, it's just, I don't know. So we'll see where it goes. That could be just to get us there. Who knows? But we'll see.
Yeah. I'm
It's
not a
enough on
huge
that.
Hulk fan to begin with, so it was really weird. But we'll see what happens. Like you said, it could just be something to get it somewhere.
Yeah, it could use a mechanism to get there.
Well, next up is Star Wars Life Day. Did you read this one?
Yeah.
Yeah? What'd you think of it? I thought it was just a quick little holiday special.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
I'm surprised it came out now and not in December.
Well, no, because again, as soon as today, the 25th, is American Thanksgiving, then that's everything from there on is holiday, Christmas related. So it falls into that.
Life Day, like that whole thing was originally part of like that Star Wars Christmas holiday special, whatever.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
See, he says Marvel's Inside Out.
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's a few different stories involving Life Day, which is basically like Christmas and that, and it's spread across the whole universe. Everyone loves it, and it's okay. I like it. I mean, it's what it is. It's
Chewbacca loves Star Wars Christmas.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's somebody if you want to.
It's very cartoony art.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say.
It almost seems like one of the IDW.
Yeah, I had to check that at first when I was doing it. I thought it was the IDW. So it's it'd be good like good stocking stuff for to put in someone's stocking.
And speaking of Star Wars and IDW,
they're gone.
Yeah, I don't remember if we mentioned it or not before.
We have twice.
Have we?
Yes.
Yeah, Star Wars is going back to Dark Horse.
Just the
IDW stuff.
Yeah.
Where are we now? Oh, okay, I see where we're at. How'd you feel about the Batman this week?
I love this series. I love this series.
Whoop, got rid of the wrong thing.
That's right. I love this series. Garth Ennis writing, Liam Sharp artwork. Earlier in the series, we had kind of not complaints, but one of the things we said could have been a little bit better was sometimes the artwork from Liam Sharp was kind of too dark,
really
too
dark.
murky.
And reading this one, I thought right away, this one's nice and bright.
Yeah, it's the last two issues I noted especially that murkiness isn't there. There is still darkness and all that. But
I wonder if it's supposed to be a tone thing though, where as like the mystery, things become more clear. So did the panels.
Either way, but still, it is definitely it has that feeling now. So at the end of the last issue and at the beginning of this issue, you got Batman, leaping into the mouth of this giant reptilian beast, which is
Killer Croc's baby.
Yeah, the offspring of him maybe, and it was swallowed whole. So then he does the whole, fight his way inside out thing. So with that and with the help of like remote control of the Batmobile, he injures the beast and crawls out of it. But the beast is like so powerful and has like. Being a reptile and stuff, it can like regenerate. So it's not dead yet, but it's captured. The government, the military shows up and confiscates the creature and confiscates Killer Croc, and then of course they're all going to experiment on him and stuff, and he doesn't want to do that.
And Batman's so dark. He's like, well, this is what you get for being born a freak of nature.
Yeah.
He's no remorse.
Yeah, and
that was pretty tough even for Batman.
Yeah, that's what's cool about this that's what sold this book and made me keep on reading it was Garth Ennis's dialect for Batman. You know, nonchalant, so dark,
so harsh.
Yeah, that was pretty funny and enjoyable. And Liam Sharp's artwork, which was this, I loved it because it made me think so much of that hardcover Arkham Asylum story from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Just so twisted and weird. And
I was glad to see it end finally.
I was glad too because we thought for a while it was 12 issues. That's right. So
it felt like it was starting to take a long time. Like those last 2 issues.
And
it really,
but
really
then it finished fast though, without a bunch of there was the action at the beginning.
But then the ending was really abrupt. Like the whole ending happens this issue.
Yeah, which was good though.
Yeah,
I mean it was perfect. It was a good story arc.
Yeah.
That'll be a good book to have in collected form for somebody, or
it'll make a good trade.
Or I know DC does a lot of their animated stuff as a little bit older, or not older, but more mature and darker.
I couldn't see this one.
I could see it if they went a little bit darker, HBO Max stuff. They do that Harley Quinn show with. It's pretty adult.
Yeah, but that's not the same. That's like Rick and Morty comedy.
Okay.
Next up, lots of stuff still trickling in Halloween-wise. This one, I think, is 12 issues. There's a year of this one. DC Vampires.
I like it. I still like it.
Yeah, I still like it. I think it's kind of goofy vampires, whatnot, but it doesn't overdo it. It does a good job. And this one seems to focus more on Batman and the Bat family. And I really like the part where Batman's handing out a cross to everyone. He's like, here, hold this.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, okay, whatever. And everyone has their own, comment when they take it.
Well, I like how
Batgirl's like, oh, this is such nice woodwork. And Red Hood's like, hey, this is fucking dumb. Like, do you want the stick back?
I like it when, when Damien's going, why does everybody, look so surprised when I pass the I'm not a vampire test,
Yeah.
Or I always like it too when Alfred's talking with Batman. He's like, "Oh, sir, I'm pleased to see that you trust me enough not to throw holy water on me." He's like, "Oh, that's okay. You've been bathing in holy water for 3 days now," and and stuff like that. So they just kind of cool. But James Tynion IV writing it, and even though this is a Tynion book, it kind of doesn't feel like a Tynion book.
It's pretty light for Tynion.
Yeah, so we'll see if it gets twisted darker. And Matthew Rosenberg doing the art, and I really like the art on here too. Matthew Rosenberg's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem to be a little bit more not necessarily in the Super Friends universe, but has a lot of those characters and some of the goofiness about it. But not goofiness in a silly way, but
parallel to it. It's got a lot of the same
similarities.
Yeah.
So you got more of the heroes and villains are becoming aware of the vampire invasion. But some of it might be too late for most people because as they find out, they kind of figure out who's infiltrated all these different groups and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it keeps going on from there. It's going to be good. It's has a little bit of a slow burn build, but not too much because there is quite a bit of action too, and it is 12 issues. So we'll see where it goes. And I'm going to do my best today not to say stuff like that. Because I notice I say that a lot. Stuff like that.
Oh.
Things and stuff like that.
I thought you meant I'm not going to try not to say stuff like that as you had said something before.
No, the actual words, stuff like that.
Okay. So we're going to go on to the next stuff like that.
DC.
Yeah. Superman 78.
Robert Vendetti's writing and Wilfredo Torres writing. Or art.
This has been the first issue that I've not really enjoyed.
I like this issue still, but I could see why you wouldn't enjoy it as much.
It's still good, and I still enjoy it. It's one of my favorite DC series right now, much like Batman 89.
Yep.
One of my favorite. But so far, out of the 4 that have come out, this one I think has been my least. If I were to rate it, 1 to 4, this would be the last one. What
I'm enjoying the most about this series, and you can even see it on the cover too, is the likeness in the artwork of the characters.
Oh yeah,
even on the cover here, that looks identical to Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, it totally looks Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman.
That looks like Gene Hackman. Yeah.
Marlon Brando as
for sure as Kal or as Jor-El.
Yeah. they do a lot better job capturing the likeness in this, I think,
Than Batman?
Than Batman.
Yeah.
Batman looks like cartoon versions of them, much like the Ghostbusters cartoon is to the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this. So again, now you got Clark is inside the bottle city of Krypton. He's been shrunk down and captured in there, and he finds his parents and quite a bit large area of Krypton. Almost a whole city, I guess, is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the main city.
Probably Kandor.
Yeah, Kandor. And he's received a message from Earth from Lois and Lex Luthor, because Luthor planted a tag on him saying that they're going to try and get him out there type of thing. And Jor-El finds this thing too and uses, this is what I've needed all these years to find a way out, because it's possible to get out. And Brainiac also knows that this transmission's gone on, so now he's gone back to Earth to retaliate. And because now he realizes that there's people on Earth that are a threat.
There's a spot for you right there.
And he's going to come back, and he ends up shrinking and capturing Metropolis. He's going to bottle them up too. So this is right out of an old comic. It's great. I'm enjoying it still. 2 more issues. I'm glad they're not stretching it out. So
your dog wants to be pet.
No, I kicked him off because he's licking. So
next up, did you figure out what this one was?
Yes, it is. So it is the start
from Image Comics. Yeah. Friday.
Yeah, and this is the local comic shop day. I guess variant or exclusive or release.
Yeah, a variant.
And what it is if you read it on the very, very last page, it is an ad, and this was a web comic.
That explains.
And now they're releasing it.
Yeah. And when I was researching this one, it had said it came out a year or 2 ago.
Right.
But what you had said when you saw this is like, oh, this hasn't even come out yet.
No, because I said at Ashley,
this variant is out before the actual comic itself.
Right. Because at Ashley's store, they got a poster that he put up for this about a month or so ago with the promo stuff. Mm-hmm. So I knew
not till December, I think.
Yeah. But what it came out today was the first chapter 1, they call it, and it's from Ed Brubaker and Marcos Martin. And it's Ed Brubaker does a lot of like detective stuff in that, and kind of hard-boiled detective stuff. So that's what's going on in here. You got the one guy in the scarf is like he's like a Sherlock Holmes in a small town, and the other girl is Friday, and she's like his girl Friday and his Watson type of thing. They've been together, friends for a long time. She's apparently away at college, and she's coming back for a family vacation. Again, it looks like Thanksgiving or Christmas or something. And right away, soon she steps off the train, he's calling her up to get her involved into a new mystery and stuff. And it's kind of like Scooby-Doo mystery stuff, a lot of supernatural, and then it's got the cops there, so it's kind of like a Tintin, kind of Sherlock Holmes type of thing. And it looks like they've had some kind of maybe feelings or relationship in the past.
There's some sort of history.
Kind of tension there that hasn't been addressed.
That's what made me wonder if it was a sequel series.
Yeah. So there's some tension there that hasn't been addressed, but kind of seems like it's because he has that Sherlock personality where he's like just obsessed about solving cases and stuff. So
I thought it was all right.
I
like the artwork, and it's usually artwork I think I don't like. And there's another 1 or 2 books coming up that's usually artwork I don't like, but it fit. And
I know it's kind of that cartoony stick person, very simple, sometimes abstract, but also sometimes realistic artwork that you don't like. And I knew you wouldn't like that. Or I knew that's what you were talking about.
I really like their cover for this one. The local comic shop cover, anyway.
The normal cover is the same thing.
It's the same, just different trade dressing.
Well, not even much different. It just has that. No, it doesn't have that yellow banner at the bottom and the special collector's issue.
Yeah, I don't think it has the Image Comics thing up there either.
I'm not sure on that one. Knowing Image, they'll have multiple versions of that cover for.
Oh yeah.
Variants. But I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Also from Image.
But when I see stuff like that, and it's just a random thought. So now you have it in print. So is that the first time those characters are in a comic, or is that
look at Batman Adventures when they introduced Sunny, like that new Deathstroke character.
Yeah.
That was a web comic, and it had released a month or 2 before.
Issue 2 was actually released on the web before?
Yeah, that whole series. Oh. They were done in 2 or 3 parts at a time.
I just thought some of it started off that way.
No, the whole series, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Anyway,
At what point did they start doing that though? When they stopped doing physical prints of a book?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like if they want to have that NFT stuff nowadays. Like if they don't have a physical copy of a book and it's shown digitally,
Then there's no physical first appearance.
yeah.
No different than it when a movie does something and it gets a magazine adaptation, like a special Marvel
Right, but I'm
Presents.
just saying, I think with those NFT stuff, you're like actually owning it, right? So, oh, that's a big rabbit hole there. Okay, let's hope that doesn't come up for a long time.
Oh, there's been like games and stuff or stuff on your phone, like Fortnite. You can't get Fortnite on the Apple Store anymore, and people were selling their phones and stuff with Fortnite on it for like thousands of dollars
Oh wow.
because it was still on it. So I mean, I don't really think that would be the case with comics because there's always going to be for sale
Yeah,
if it's digital.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got 2 pages into this one and I closed it.
Really?
Yep.
I loved it. I thought
I
it was
know.
awesome.
I was shocked.
Girl Scouts.
I still flipped through it and I read through it, and at least I think it's this one.
Yeah, this is the one. It has that cartoony, weird stick art, just like the cover there. I like this one. It's a creation from that guy Jim Mahfood, and I guess he's done some other ones online and stuff like that too, and a couple other stories. It's from Image.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
is the one.
yeah.
I got 3 pages in and
And
I closed it.
Yeah, and I was I call it punky, kind of underground art, and it very much is. It's kind of trippy, a little acidy. And I liked it. It really fit the story. It was kind of cool, but I could see why you wouldn't like that because you just don't like. I wouldn't say you like the same things always, but you don't. I like a wide variety of stuff.
I'm not a fan of this type of art.
Yeah.
And it's not anime type thing too. Not into that style of drawing.
No, but this one is it's a girl who has a bodyguard, and she she's hired him to take him somewhere. And they get set up and ambushed along the way. The story itself is kind of pretty simple formula. They have a friend that is arranged for them to get somewhere and double cross them and stuff, and because they were threatened. And the guy, his name is what's his name? Turtleneck Jones. And instead of they get ambushed and stuff, and instead of defending her and stuff, he tries a couple things and it's not working. So he ends up just blowing his own head off at the end there, and then that kind of just ends there, and everybody's just like, "What happened?" So I don't know if this guy's like a Lobo dude, and his head can grow back and stuff, or what. But obviously, there's aliens and stuff in here, so anything can happen. So I want to keep going just to see where it's going. It seems kind of crazy, and yeah, the artwork is kind of like kinetic and psychic, and a lot of all over the place. And I know you didn't
really make it far enough in to get a strong enough idea.
But I like it because it was a little different. If someone likes Tank Girl, like early Tank Girl type of stuff, where again that that kind of indie underground punky art, that would be this. So.
Next is only one, I think, Dark Horse this week.
The Joy Division one.
The Joy Operations, yeah.
Oh, I kept calling it Joy Division.
No, Operations.
Joy Division. No, she's in the Joy Division though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joy Division is a band too from like the 80s. That's why I kept.
I must have missed that decade.
Probably.
What did you think of this one? I thought it was just Batman Beyond.
That's what I have written down here too.
I thought it was just Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I thought that too. It's Brian Michael Bendis and Stefan Bryan. And that's what I have written down here. My first thing I have, it's great art, very clean and futuristic, and it's like the story's a little confusing because it's
a middle-aged woman as Batman Beyond.
Yeah, and I have it here. It seems like a kind of a hash up of Batman Beyond Spidey 2099, and that's what I felt too. Like Joy is employed as a secretary.
Well, what's that one that we did a couple weeks back from AWA? It was like Luke Cage. Where it was still decent, still good, but just the exact same.
That was from Image, and that was that Phenom X one.
Yeah. That's right.
That one wasn't good though. This one was
I didn't mind that one.
Well, this one, but that one was more understandable and enjoyable. Where this one, you're like constantly not going with not understanding what's going on.
No.
And that's because it's written by Brian Michael Bendis, and I don't know. I'm gonna read more of it because it does have like a lot of hype, not necessarily hype around it, but potential to it. So again, it's Joy is employed at a security firm, and it's kind of a very very corporate world. Um, she's starting to find out that this corporation they build these super divisions like these cities and stuff like that. So this place wants to build a new one. It's gonna blow away all the rest, but they've been starting to use like this untested and I won't say forbidden, but definitely glitchy tech, and it's having bad results. It's killing people and stuff like that. So she's kind of being leaked this information and that, and I don't know. It's very very it turns out that someone's in her head and they don't really say how they're in her head, but towards the end of the book, no, only she can hear them in her head, and that, and then towards the end of the book, the person can almost start controlling her, like a puppet. So
It's really weird. It's even like some of the weird stuff in the Amazing Spider-Man right now. That whole Beyond Corporation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
It feels a lot of stuff is going that way, and I've not really been picking up Spider-Man because of that. I've been getting it because Ben Reilly, and I like Ben Reilly. But
yeah, it's that whole evil corporation like Alchemex or whatever. So
yeah. Next up is we're getting into all of the source point stuff.
yeah, there's a lot of it.
And our first book is John Wick.
I saved this book to last because I was looking forward to this book for a very very long time.
Are you reading this one, Napoleon?
Yeah. So, yeah, it is exactly John Wick. It is a good
in a good way. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's meant
really
to be
good.
like that. It's totally meant to be like that.
Yeah.
It's like it's no, they're not pulling any punches.
Nope.
You got Garrett Gunn and Christina Blanche doing the Blanche doing the story, and you got Kit Wallace doing the art. And I like the art in here. It's like modern kind of turtle art, Ninja Turtle art. Very. Clean, colorful, kind of cartoony, but still very serious. So I like the cover there.
Yeah,
but
the cover is exactly what the interior's like.
Yeah. So it's the John Wick story, but instead of John Wick going out and getting back into the world to wipe out people because they came and killed his dog, in this scenario, the dog lives and John Wick dies. So
yeah, like his owner's name was John and everything.
Yeah,
this is literally John Wick's dog.
They do.
It's like, what if John Wick had died and not the dog?
And that's exactly it. Because even the dog now becomes the John Wick person, and he has he goes in, has like the coins for the secret society. Like everything is identical. So
and it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's like a parody.
And I don't like the anthropomorphic stuff.
No, but I like it. So it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading it for that. But I mean, there's just nothing more to say to it. It's John Wick, but with the dog, it survives and John dies.
The artwork's great. I don't remember the plot of John Wick. I don't think anyone does. Yeah, but I imagine it follows very similar beats.
It's word for word. They wipe out John Wick. This guy, kind of. Not powers up, but he supplies up. He gets all his ammos, and he,
instead of under his basement where he keeps all his stuff,
the doghouse, and
he keeps all his stuff underneath the doghouse, and
everything's identical. And it hits the road instead of a souped up sport muscle car. He has a muscle truck type of thing. Hits the road, and it's gonna be cool.
This next one is one that has weird art that I don't normally like, but I did really enjoy reading it.
Yeah, this one has that kind
Tales from the Dead Astronaut.
Yeah, another Source Point Press book, and this kind of has that Ice Cream Man, haha feels to it. Very surreal, kind of melancholy stories.
I thought it was funny.
Some of them were. But funny, like in a weird, depressing, like melancholy,
it's more of a
way.
Yeah, dark humor.
Yeah, so you got Jonathan Thompson doing the writing, and Jorge Luis Gabbado doing the art. And I thought at first, when I was flipping through it, and I had to go back and double check on it, I thought there was more than one artist in here. because it has again multiple different styles of artwork in here because there's multiple stories.
Does it not? I thought it said at the front of the book that there was multiple from page to page.
No, I don't think so because I looked it up and I
Unless that was another one of the
that
books.
was one with there was a few like that this week. So what it is, it's an anthology of creepy and kind of like surreal stories told by a dead astronaut that's floating through space, and that's him on the cover there.
So funny.
Yeah. It's very like sad and no trippy kind of art. Yeah, like I said, it has a kind of ice cream man and ha feel to it. It's not like
he's just drifting through space and
he's seen a lot and
yeah, he's talking about all the stuff he's seen, and as he's telling the stuff in between this short stories, he's slowly being eaten away by these weird like space
bugs,
maggot things.
Yeah, and then that just becomes like his lead way into a story. So he doesn't actually like partake in any of the stories. He's just kind of a guy that kind of
he's the crypt keeper.
Yeah, or he's Rod Serling from like Night Gallery and all that. So it's neat. I love that kind of, you know me, like, although it's trippy and not as horror as I like trippy stuff too, but I like anthology stuff like that. So.
Our next one is also Source Point Press.
But if you notice, the logo is different, and I looked why. It's Source Point Press Kids.
This is for kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you look inside the first page, and the last page, it said SourcePointPressKids.com, and that's why the logo is different. Even
Interesting.
Though it doesn't say,
I wouldn't have really said it was for kids, but I mean, there's no reason it couldn't be for kids, I guess.
No. I think
this is one of my favorite books this week.
It was. It kind of has like that, I would assume, it has like that Rick and Morty art.
Yeah, Rick and Morty, or I thought it was like a VeggieTales gone bad.
I kind of said like Animaniacs.
What's that one? Is it called Aqua Team Hunger Force or something?
Oh,
with
that
the weird
and I also
drink guy.
I also thought too like Sausage Party.
Sausage Party, yeah.
That Sausage Party.
But for kids apparently. It's hilarious. There's so many food puns. I was laughing the whole time reading this one.
Yeah, me too, because the whole book is full of food puns. And what it is,
you're gonna fry for that.
Yeah.
It was great. I think this is my go out and grab it book of the week. I
think it's so too, because I could see this totally being turned into something, and not even just from that. It's just so funny. But it is written by Wamdidi Sta and by Anthony Tan. And what it is it's a silly book filled with like not even just dad puns, but like food puns. And it's all food inspired, much like Tyler said. It kind of has that feel like everything. Like there's the two main characters are Trash and Can It. They're two garbage cans that are like on the police force, but they're horrible. They're kind of like the Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell characters from the other guys.
Totally.
They just want to do well, and they always screw up and blow up cities and stuff.
I like that movie. That's probably why I liked this.
Yeah, so they're doing that. So they get sent down to Skid Row, and that's where their new beat is. And yeah, it's just super funny. I think it has kind of like an Animaniacs feel to it. Yeah, it's kind of just funny. Lots of silly stuff there. You can see from the cover kind of what it is. But yeah, lots of fun, like totally just brutal dad puns. They're food, but at the same time, it's like they're kind of smart because it's like it's not just like.
They're not just thrown in there.
It's not like an egg saying, "Oh, you're cracking me up." It's like it's like some pretty deep side, wordplay on them. So it was very enjoyable.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Much like that Star Wars Life Day one could go in someone's stocking. This would be cool to throw in someone's stocking.
Yeah, I hope this one would become something.
I do too.
This is something. If any of the stuff we've read, I'd like to see this.
Well, and I don't watch anything like that. Like you said, that Adventure Time or that Captain Hunger Force or Rick and Morty or what's that other one?
Well, I said VeggieTales, but that's like a Christian
I know what that is.
indoctrination.
But I don't watch any of that stuff, so I would watch it. So.
Well, we'll go from something that was apparently really kid-friendly to something that wasn't.
No. Source Point Press. Well, I've been looking for this book for a while.
I love this cover. I think...
well, we were looking at this book when we were looking at trying to do our first cover, remember?
I think it was about the same time.
Yeah,
and when we were talking to Justin, we said it probably wasn't good if we did two foul-related books because that sent the wrong message.
Yeah. Yeah, this one again from Source Point Press, and it is. Well, you can go first. You can give your opinion.
I don't even. This book is crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
It's got aliens. I think they're aliens.
Yeah, they landed in a spaceship.
Well, I don't know if they were aliens or some weird bacteria thing. I don't. They were weird.
Yeah.
And I wish the cover showed it off, and it doesn't. But this weird alien eyeball thing. It's got little legs.
It's like a worm with a big eye on it.
It kills this turkey, rips its eye out, and then climbs inside its eye and starts controlling the turkey. And it goes on a rampage.
Yeah, and it does that. That's the aliens.
It was hilarious.
So these aliens end up taking over a turkey farm full of turkeys, and then they go out and they want to take over the whole town and then the whole world.
There's some parts that remind me of Kingsman, where it's just like the crazy church scene there, but with a turkey. They get turkey holding a spear.
Yeah, it's totally just kinetic and chaotic.
Ridiculous.
So you got David C. Hayes and Brian Duplay and Dan Gorman, and they're all the creators, and they all do some of the artwork in that too.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is, it's an awesome, fun ride. But again, it's not. It's more for. It's definitely a mature, and it's a one shot. And what it is it's you got these aliens. They come to Earth to take over the Earth, and they come and land on Turkey Day, but on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is they land on a turkey farm, and yeah, they're checking things out, and they're little green worms, and they have these big eyes on them. So they take over the chicken or the turkeys, just like Tyler says. They go in there and they rip their eye out, and they kind of nuzzle in their head and take over like a big old parasite. And then they can fly around, and they're like super strong and shit. So everybody's at the
no matter how you describe it, it's gonna sound ridiculous.
Yeah. So then everybody's at the town Turkey Day celebration, which is they have like a big Turkey Day play at the community theater, and that's when the turkeys all rush into town and start killing people, and it's just gruesome and gory, and yeah, I don't want to ruin the end or anything like that, but that's what it's about.
Do you think there's going to be more?
I mean, not in this town necessarily, but I could definitely see there being more holiday one-shots for like Turkey Day or something like that. Because a lot of these books this week were just kind of holiday one-shots, and it's when they're fun like that. I enjoyed that too. Like
that one and Trash and Can It.
Yeah,
those ones have been two of my favorite this week.
Well, even the next one that we're going to cover too is the same thing. It's a one-shot holiday thing too. That was kind of fun.
And Wild Bullets number 1.
Yeah.
It starts off like a game of Clue, almost as like a whodunit.
That's what I thought too. When me and Tyler review books, we don't read them together or anything, and lots of the time we even just read them on separate days, because depending on our schedules, and that's why we moved the show to Thursday nights. So it's almost funny how when we sit down here and start talking about that, we both have the same opinions and views on it.
Like the odd, what'd you think of this and that? But like,
no, we can still have
that Joy one. We hadn't talked about that or anything.
But we can still have different opinions on it, but still think the book has the same message. Like, and same thing with this too. We both thought it was like a game of Clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I'll describe it.
Yeah, you can read that and get rid of those papers.
Yeah,
I'm tired of hearing them rustle.
I know. Sorry, you got Greg Wright writing on here. It's fun. What it is you got it's the family dinner at the Bullet family, and each of the characters here in the family, each character represents like a genre of fiction or a genre of comics and that.
Yeah.
So you got one person that's like an occultist, and one person's like a mad scientist type of thing. Another one that's a hard-boiled detective. Another one's like a Indiana Jones type.
I thought they were referencing Pitfall a lot with that. There's some spots where it just looks like the Pitfall guy.
Yeah, it totally. It could be that too. You got
adventurer.
Yeah, adventurer. Then you got the mom that's like old fashioned, like the shadow type of person and stuff. So, and what it is
it seems like they're all just gonna get their own little individual stories as they go.
Yeah,
because it's all. Nothing really ties in.
Besides the whole fact that they're just there for dinner, and it seems like the dinner, like everybody, what happens is...
The Bullets family, that's why it's called the Bullets. They're at Bullet Manor.
The maid gets murdered, and that's why it's like Clue, and everybody tells their story.
It wasn't the maid.
No, well, yeah, well, that's the end of the story there. But everybody tells their story, and each story is kind of like a little background on each character, and each character has their like an origin story and different artwork on that too. So I think this being a one shot could be like a see what the response is, and maybe turn it into something like a.
I don't know if it was a one shot or not because it says number 1, and normally if it's a one shot, it just says one shot. So I wonder if they're testing it to see, but have plans for more.
Well, yeah, but there's not like this story can continue anymore from this, so
they could do a different. They could have just been the time it came out.
Well, either way, but it was one giant issue of just introducing people, and it was fun. It was again enjoyable, funny.
Yeah.
Was that all the comics?
Yeah, that was like 15 books, man. I read more than you did this week.
No, I read a couple other books too, but we ended up switching. So.
Oh, well, what else did you read? We can.
I did. I read the second issue of Dirtbag Rapture. That was a couple of weeks ago.
Where are they? I'll show them on screen.
I read that one digitally because I haven't. But that was all right. It was just continuing on the stories. But
what about Human Remains? You read that one?
I haven't read it yet. That's upstairs.
That's one that came out as well as that Human Remains. That's the one where I believe if they have an emotion,
they show any kind of emotion.
These weird interdimensional squid. No, they're not squids. Cthulhu, yeah. Like War of the Worlds looking
Lovecrafty and creatures reach in and just like dismember everybody and then disappear again. So yeah, I'm going to read that one because I like that one.
There was a lot of stuff this week that we had planned for, but all these Source Point books that we've been waiting on finally all showed up.
Well, they showed up on time.
Right? Well, they never do. We never plan for them to show up.
Or they just never show up. So yeah. But it's true though. There's that one, the Human Reigns one, but there's a few other ones too. So that their final issue of Sweet Paprika. That came out today too. So, all right, we'll move on to Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
I had mentioned last week that I was going to do like a watch along or some type of thing like that with my friend Ryan.
Before that,
but it didn't. It just didn't work out with timing and schedule wise. But we've already planned it for this week coming up, so we'll do a live one when it gets released. Like 2 or 3 in the morning, so we'll do it.
Yeah, I started watching it at 2 in the morning, and I'm super awake, and then I start watching something and just. But I watched it the following morning, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I know a lot of people are saying it's kind of goofy.
It is,
but I don't know what they're really expecting because that's Kate Bishop. Yeah. From what I've seen of her and what I read of her in that shitty book earlier, that seems who she is very comedic. However, I do think it seems even more goofy because Hawkeye is seeming a lot more grim. Like, he's over the superhero life. He doesn't want to be recognized. He just wants to go live with his family.
He's had a lot happen to him.
Yeah, and I think that's even why it might seem a bit more goofy is because we're supposed to feel from his end of things. Not a whole lot of spoilers for this first episode, so I don't think there's anything really we have to worry about.
No, everything was in there that they've been saying it was going to be in there from the beginning. You got Lucky the pizza dog's in there. And
you got it right this time.
Yeah, I always say Pizza the Lucky Dog. Lucky the pizza dog was in there, and you can tell he's going to be a big hit. You had the Tracksuit Mafia in there, which those guys. Bro, they were so funny. You got Kate Bishop's mom there, which I forget her name, Verga from.
I told you I can name 12 movies she's in.
She's
easily, but I can never remember her name.
She's got a built different.
She's in The Conjurings.
Verna Farmiga, I think her name is, and she's you knew already that she's being like teased or no potential, and she's guaranteed she's gonna be Madame Mask.
Yeah. She's engaged to the Sword Master.
The Sword Master, I could tell that right away.
Oh, totally, instantly.
Yeah, that's a really good character. I really like how that guy's playing that Sword Master character.
Yeah. Who else is a bit? Well, you seemed pretty surprised when they had that Armand guy there show up. Not that he lasts too long, but
well, again, Matt Fraction is the consultant and I guess producer in there. I think I saw too.
Yeah,
and it's the Hawkeye Matt Fraction story volume series, whatever you want to call it, that they're pulling a lot of this stuff from. So yeah, he was in there, and like I said, a lot of this stuff is like It's a lot of Hawkeye background. So I
Mhm.
mean, it just said, oh, I recognize that, or I recognize that. So I wouldn't say they're Easter eggs. I mean, a lot of people probably would say they're Easter eggs, but
Well,
you just recognize a lot of the stuff. I mean, people who
it sounds like
know
it's an
the
Easter
character,
egg when it's referencing just source material.
right? I know, but a lot of people don't know the source material for like Hawkeye. Besides,
Yeah.
like, oh, he's the guy that shoots arrows. But I even
Um,
told you too, like, no, Swordsman was the guy that trained Hawkeye and his brother in the circus. Like that's how they
mhm.
met and stuff. So.
What do you think about Kate Bishop's introduction to the MCU? How do you think they pulled it off with her
Uh,
whole why she wanted to be an archer and all that?
that was good. I liked it.
Hmm. I mean, it makes sense. Like you have all these younger characters coming in now, who like Spider-Man or Kamala Khan or Kate
Well,
Bishop.
even they're
They're all younger. So when the Avengers first debuted back in 2012,
yeah.
which in their time I don't remember if that was 2012 for us, um, that was huge for them. All these kids wanted to be heroes.
Mhm.
So that's basically in the comics too.
Well, even too, they're really showing a lot of in the show here. They're really showing a lot of Hawkeye's daughter in here.
Yeah, and that is one of the Russo brothers' daughters.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
See, I thought
I think the
either way.
son might be too,
Right?
the
Oh,
older son,
see,
but definitely the daughter.
I thought they were maybe trying to use her as a character later on too. I was thinking they would use her as Cassie to do the stature, which is like Giant Man's daughter. But then I realized that's Paul Rudd's
Different,
daughter.
yeah,
Yeah, different.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not Ant-Man.
I'm getting my Young Avengers mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was okay. I'm looking forward to the next ones. They're pretty goofy and funny, and I really like the Christmas theme to it. I like that. It's kind of has like the whole Die Hard movie where Christmas
Hmm.
is in the background, but it's not like I'm doing this because of Christmas. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
save Christmas, so I
Yeah.
like that. It's pretty good so far.
There's some fun Christmas jokes in it, though.
Oh yeah,
Basically, the way everything gets kicked off is just Kate Bishop goes to this party with her mom, and she ends up wandering into a black market auction and
yeah,
finds the Ronin sword and the Ronin costume there, and
Yeah.
she puts on the costume, beats up a couple guys, and they starts from there. They follow her, and Hawkeye sees it on the news, and it just goes from there.
Yeah, and then she gets all wrapped up into that because people think she's just associated with Ronin. So
Yeah, and that's that's the end of it. The
Mhm.
second episode is the two of them get caught, and it shows us Echo, who we know has been in the show for a bit.
yeah, apparently Echo runs the Tracksuit Mafia,
Yeah.
and Echo is a deaf assassin. So I'll see how she gets played into here. So
Yeah.
in
I wonder if those guys can all sign bro.
I don't know.
The amount of times they said bro, and that was so funny. These Russian guys, hey bro.
They would start a sentence and end a sentence
Yeah.
with it. So.
But I enjoyed it. I think them dropping 2 episodes at once was a good call.
They usually do that. Well, especially holiday weekend.
The first episode focused solely on Kate, whereas the second one felt like it was a lot more on Clint.
I find too that it's the holiday weekend, so they probably did that on purpose because they knew people would be sitting around today, today and tomorrow in the States. If you're not shopping, you're sitting around watching TV or football.
And this way it'll be done just before Christmas too, I think.
Well, that was it too for timing.
Because I think there's only
Boba Fett.
6 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, 4 to go now.
Yeah, Boba Fett comes out on the 29th, bro.
That's all that really happened in the show. Still super, super strong rumors that Kingpin's going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Latest one I saw is it's going to be a fat suit that's enhanced by CG. So they're going to make Vincent D'Onofrio even bigger than he was in Daredevil, other than just this big dude. They're going to actually make him the big Kingpin. That would be great to see. And they do sort of reference, and without saying, Kingpin of crime, they say the Ronin almost took out the head of all organized crime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that part.
And this is just totally me speculating. I think Echo, or as Ronin, I guess, Hawkeye, I think, may have killed Echo's father.
Crazy Horse who trains everybody.
Maybe it seemed that way.
Oh, it could be.
And that might lead into the whole Kingpin of it all.
Well, because in the comics, Echo became Ronin.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, well, she's got her own show coming up,
Yeah, it's Echo.
so
Yeah.
she could take on the Ronin persona for a bit. Who knows?
Yeah.
She's got the costume. She doesn't have the sword.
No.
Swordmaster has the sword.
I think for myself, that's like the one thing I'm curious to see the most come out of this show is Echo. Because I just want to see how they want to use her. Because she's a new character.
She is very new. Only in the last few years.
Like, she's very new.
Yeah.
So, I know why.
That's a first appearance that lots of people could still probably pick up for not a crazy expensive. That
$350.
Not that we're spec guys, but if one's
that Echo book,
yeah,
it's $350, man.
Raw.
Raw, you're looking at 150 to 200 raw.
Yeah. Not that we're spec guys, but
no, just because I was looking at an auction yesterday and I didn't win it.
You have one, do you not?
I have I have issue. She's 9 and I have 10.
Oh, that's cover.
10 is origin and cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, that'll be in my auction, which will be on as soon as we're done here.
You got it all sorted and everything?
Most of the stuff. And before we sign off and everything, everybody please like, share, subscribe, and all that. We're going to hopefully put this up on YouTube because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It recorded today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I hope everybody liked the quick little unboxing video we had the other night. It was totally unexpected, but I figured, it would be fun. And it's a way to kind of showcase some of the stuff that we're having in the auction.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff is in the auction. Tyler thinks not enough of it's in the auction, but
well,
that's.
I mean, you filled up almost 3 long boxes of stuff that has just been sitting around, and I think you said you had 1 long box
of that.
Yeah.
And so I'll start up right away. We are going to have a contest here now. So what I'm doing is I'm going to have whoever wins the contest gets a copy of House of Slaughter 1. This is just regular cover A. To win this contest, you have to put in the comments below where and when Stony the Ghost popped up in the video.
Yeah.
So put up a timestamp where Stony the Ghost popped up in the video here, and everybody who does that will be entered into a draw. So hopefully, please, everybody, look for yourself. Don't just copy what everybody else wrote, because that's kind of crappy. And yeah, we will.
Everyone put multiple answers.
yeah. And I think that was pretty much it, really.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, one thing we will mention too. I kind of teased it a little bit here and there sometime this week is.
Oh right, we only mentioned it during the unboxing.
Right, and mentioned earlier today if you want to throw up chicken.
Well, hold on, because I have this ready for the interview itself.
Cool. I reached out to Brian Buccellato, who is the author for Chicken Devil, and he was kind enough to respond back that I asked if he'd wanted to do a little quick interview with us for the show, and he agreed. So he was all ready to set something up then and there, kind of a planned time and date. And I said, I'll give it back to him after the weekend because, again, American Thanksgiving, I know how huge it is down there. Thanksgiving to us in Canada is not, it's all right, but it's not that important. So I was going to get back to him next week. And
because apparently we do it wrong.
Yeah.
According to Stefan from the Tags group.
I guess so. Yeah, so we're going to have the interview on Thursday. Well, we'll show it on Thursday. I think we'll probably do a pre-recorded sometime beforehand because everyone's got crazy schedules. So,
yeah.
It
might be next week. It might be the week after.
Just depends when we can get it done. But that is coming up. And also, too, if anybody has any questions and stuff like that or just anything in general, let us know.
I know what we should throw out there.
What's that?
Our buddy Dean at Peg City Comics.
Oh, yes.
He's got his first exclusive book coming out for Stray Dogs.
Yeah, and we're going to have him on the show at some point, too, in the next little while.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen that yet, I know lots of the people that watch this are part of that group as well, but if you haven't seen that yet, check that out. Yeah. It's a really nice cover.
Yeah, Dean did a Stray Dogs for the new one coming out, Dead Days.
Dog Days.
Oh, sorry, Dog Days. But it's Dead Days. And then he does homage from the old Return of the Living Dead, by the old punked out version there. It's kind of cool. and the cover's done by Andy Page.
Page or Pierce?
Andy Page, I believe his name, and he does a lot of the My Little Pony covers and stuff like that. And
Really great artist.
Yeah, I mentioned it when we were in the store today because someone had pulled. It was you. You pulled up that.
Yeah, I happened to pull out a My Little Pony. It's like, hey, this looks like a really great old Star Wars,
Yeah.
and that happened to be that same artist.
That's what I said. That's the guy that does the cover for that. So yeah, that Dean's got those. That's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah, we're gonna have. As I said, please check out 204's Black Friday sale, and our partner there, Justin with Big Country. He's having a Big Country Black Friday sale too. Yeah, it's all great stuff.
Yeah, throw that back up there quickly.
Yeah.
I know C knows it because C loves 204.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it was on time. It was almost had sound. Next, I think I muted it when I switched it back over.
I had to do the reason because we just had finished saying don't forget the sound. So
Yeah.
all right, everybody.
Well, maybe next time.
See you there.